what would you say are the issues, the problems, the concerns that people in your riding are addressing as far as housing goes?
Well, what we're finding more and more is landlords increasing rents to rates that tenants can't afford. We're seeing cost of living just increase enormously in this province, but wage is not keeping up with that. And so more renters are becoming vulnerable, and they're living in conditions and they're accepting conditions of rental properties that are really terrible conditions. We're seeing issues around black mold, electrical wires hanging out, and children being around, and that can be incredibly dangerous. Landlords not fixing up the property because they believe they've got 10 other people waiting to take that spot, so they don't have to do anything, upkeeps on it. They'll have the money there available for them no matter what. So a lot of people living in unhealthy and unsafe conditions, and then the rent just going up and then being gouged. And we're seeing that with the highest rate of homelessness in the country is now on the streets of Calgary. So people are definitely being affected by the rental issue. But lives are being torn apart because of this. Families we're seeing are being broken up. Today we just talked to people who are going through a divorce because they can't keep up with the high cost of living, and it's certainly affecting their lives. Calgary also has the highest rate of domestic violence in the country. Much of that has to do with increased cost of living and the frustration that's putting on the family.
Who are you finding to be most vulnerable in these situations?
We're finding certainly women, children, and seniors, and other individuals on fixed income, like recipients of AISH, because their income is fixed. They have no other money coming in or opportunity for it. So when cost of living goes up, they're certainly being affected. And that's one very large concern that we continue to hear about. Also women, because cost of living is going up, and their wage is often about a third lower than males' wage, they're in really vulnerable situations, and they have children with them. And so many of them are getting caught in issues around domestic violence and ending up on the street. And then we have our shelters that are full. So there's thousands of women every year that are being turned away from the shelters because there's not enough room. Yeah, we're seeing working people that are at the shelters now more than we've seen in a very long time in Alberta. And it's because we don't have a rental market. And we're seeing the gouging of rent, but also condo conversions are eating up the rental market. And so more and more people are ending up at shelters. And these are people, 50 to 60% of them, that are working every single day. And normally they wouldn't be in conditions or situations like this. But because they can't pay for first and last month rent plus utilities and deposits for utilities, that they don't have options. And they're ending up on the streets or in the shelters.